Seizures can bring emotional trauma to not only the patient, but also caregivers and their family members. How have you and your family been able to heal from that trauma?
It's interesting because, obviously Bella's 5 years in and she's older than Ethan. And so I live with the guilt, Chris lives with the guilt. What's interesting is as she's kind of improved with the epilepsy, the amount of information she's telling us and the guilt that she has is insane, because for her, she felt that she was holding our family back. And it's interesting to hear that, and heartbreaking at the same time, because she had no control over it. But in her mind, she was doing something wrong, and it wasn't her. And it's all of us getting over that guilt of, could I have done something? Did I do something? And I think that's kind of been the biggest thing that we've been able to move past as a family, is the guilt. Because all of us at some level have felt guilt for the situation that we were in with both of the kids' health, but none of us should have it.
Eric used to say, things were his fault. And I went, Eric, it's not you, it's your seizures. And it's not even the seizures, it's just the way things are. And so you have to try and ease the guilt away from them, and you have to get rid of the guilt yourself. Because with the guilt, you're never gonna, if you feel guilty or he feels guilty, you're never gonna move forward. You have to get to a point where you can move forward with your lives.
We had to handle what was most emergent, and that was Bennett's seizures. So when we were able to achieve better seizure control, all of a sudden we had space to handle everything else that we needed to manage. We could make sure that he got to speech and occupational therapy. We could make sure that we talked through those emotions and kind of processed what happened. And that's freeing in itself.
I wanna say that, you've got three sets of parents here who are very pro VNS. We've all once saw the benefits of the VNS. It's important to understand that you need to have patience. I've heard of people who have tried the VNS, well, I had it for 3 months and it wasn't doing anything. You have to have patience. You have to allow it to work. It may work in 3 months. It may take 6 years, but you have to have patience. I think it's a wonderful tool if you work with it and don't fight it.
Well, and I think the thing that people need to keep in mind is that it is like any other epilepsy treatment, that while it has been beneficial to our kids, it may not be beneficial to everybody. I feel that I'm beyond fortunate that not only was it beneficial for my daughter, but also my son. And for that reason, I will continue to be an advocate for them and for VNS therapy, because I've seen it work. But I think as any parent with a child with epilepsy, any movement forward is hope.
Progress.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for sharing your experience and elaborating on how this device has changed your family's lives and the lives of your children who struggle with drug-resistant epilepsy. It's been really lovely to hear your stories and to hear what you've been going through with it, and the progress that has come from the other side of the procedure.